Good evening. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. Hi, I'm Kelly, Draka Mother Shaman. This is my live video diary broadcast of following the gestation of the Atom seed which I carry. Today is July 14, 2026, Tuesday. I forgot to grab my book. Hold on. Spirit wanted me to grab my gratitude notebook. So, I guess Spain won the game, the World Cup. I didn't watch it or follow it or anything. I just checked to see. And apparently nothing happened. No big scare, fear-based thing. Yay! That makes me happy. My gratitude altar. I have a gratitude altar. And I do a gratitude ritual every day on my gratitude altar. And this is my gratitude notebook. Just a pretty little notebook that I write in. My daily gratitude, I write down 3 a day in my intention. Here's what it looks like. And today, Tuesday, July 14th, I wrote down 13. That's silly of me. Oh well, and none of my pens are here, of course, because I wrote in my journal in my room today. I spent most of the day in my little room area of the shop with myself and my dog. But today I am grateful for Douglas, Keylontic Science, and for Apollo. And my intention for today was Terrestrial Tuesday. Source just wanted me to share that. Spirit, whatever you want to call her, your higher self, your oversoul, your Kartika counterpart, whatever name you want to give it. And I need something in my hand to fidget with when I'm talking, because I'm a fidgeter. And that's how I channel. So I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to ground myself for just a second. You're welcome to join me. be grounded, to be in safe mode. Thanks for joining me in some breathing so that we can ground ourselves. Let me just clear the portal real quick. I'm going to ring my gong. I just feel like I need to audibly cleanse the shop air today. I apologize if that's loud. And I call in spirit. I call in spirit. And I thank you. Thank you for the space. Thank you for emotional intelligence. Thank you for growth. Thank you for confirmation. Thank you for grace, mercy. Thank you for your love. So I've had a rough day. I've had a rough day. So as I spoke on yesterday, I made a discovery. Well, on Sunday I spoke on it, but yes, Sunday and yesterday, I found a document in the personal desk of the person who I am supposed to be collaborating with and co-partnering with on a business level, a business partnership, like a platonic. He's an older man with a wife who has Alzheimer's. I came here to California from Nevada per his request to help him. We have a mutual connection, which is my mother, which is why I have taken the notion to trust him and allow him to be in my life, because he's kind of he has injected himself into my life since my mother passed away. And I have been working hard at trusting him, and I have trusted him, and I came here trusting him and his intentions to help me as I would help him. As I mentioned, his wife has Alzheimer's, and that's a struggle. I have Alzheimer's training. I've been a CNA my whole adult life since I was 18 years old, and I worked and trained in a lockdown Alzheimer's unit in a facility. So I have hands-on personal training with Alzheimer's. I knew the situation was going to be difficult when I agreed to come here, and I didn't, and I knew that I was taking a big risk by doing so, just because I have trust issues, and people haven't treated me the best in the past. And now, not everybody. There's been several people that have gone above and beyond to be good to me. And for them, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I found a document in the desk drawer that is very, very, very suspicious. It doesn't have any business being where it is, and mind you, it seems like a very minor thing, and it would seem to anybody outside of the situation that it's minor and little, but to me, the auspiciousness of it and the smack in the face coincidence is too loud for me to ignore. This document pretty much reveals that, or confirms or shows me that he's been lying to me just simply about information about me, my own person, my own personal person. Well, it's not necessarily about me, my person. It's about, okay, so I carry the HLA-B27 gene, and it's a rare gene. Okay, it's a rare gene. So, and I carry it. And I didn't find out I carried it until I was in my 30s. And because it's an autoimmune marker, and it's a rare genetic marker, and it's usually found in men, la la la. Anyway, it's rare. It's not common. It's not something that happens to everybody, or that even everybody even is aware of. Okay. So when this person who I came, I'm here trusting, and we're supposed to be collaborating. I began, since I've been here, I began discovering who I am and my life purpose, and spiritually, through my research, and because of my HLA-B27 gene being the key that unlocked the floodgate of the information of informing, for me finding out who I am and what I'm here to do, my life purpose. The HLA-B27 gene was the key to that for me. And talking to this person that I'm here with, that I'm here and I'm trying to discuss with him. And now, mind you, it isn't unreasonable for me to personally think that he would know and be aware of the gene, because he went to chiropractic school. When I found out that I had the HLA-B27 gene, because it is the marker that causes ankylosing spondylitis, which is a debilitating disease where the spine starts fusing from itself because of this gene, and what it does to the body when your cortisol and adrenaline levels reach a certain degree. It floods the body with inflammation cells, which is not good for you, not in excess. So the spine would start fusing to itself because of the calcium deposits upon the bone. Now, I unfortunately did not I did not obtain or contract or, developed, there's a word, ankylosing spondylitis, AS. However, I did go to a chiropractor after I found out I had the gene and what it was. I went to a chiropractor every 6 months because of it. And a rheumatoid arthritis. Excuse me, a rheumatologist. Those are the two main medical factions that would have the most awareness about the gene that I carry and why. So he went to chiropractic school, so it's not unreasonable for me to think or presume that he would be aware of what the HLA-B27 gene is. So I'm sharing with him, I'm trying to share with him the concepts of what I've learned, and to see where his thinking is at also. And because I want to trust this man, I want to trust this guy who has injected himself into my life because of my mother. I want to clarify that. That's the connection between the two of us is my mother, and that's extremely important. That's the most important. It's the only thing that matters. The only reason why I'm here. Yes, my mother told him to help me from the dead. She told him, literally. I'm not even making it up. After she passed away in 2010, and this person is her high school sweetheart. It's her first love. Her high school sweetheart, whom she followed to college. After she graduated high school, she followed him to where he was in college, going to chiropractic school. Well, after she passed away in 2010, and I never met this man, and I barely even knew about him. She'd only mentioned him one time to me my whole life, and I'm the only person that she ever did mention him to. And the only other people that knew about it were her parents and her sisters. But why would they talk about her high school boyfriend? Especially my mom. Especially she didn't. So when my mom died in 2010, before he found out that she had passed away, because they were not in contact, but he had visited Bishop like a few months prior to her passing and saw her at Kmart, and he was with his wife, didn't say anything. She didn't seem to recognize him, and I told him, I said, even if she did recognize you, she wouldn't have said anything. She would have just pretended like she didn't know who you were. I know that. I know that she would have done that, especially if he was with his wife. He chose not to approach her because he was with his wife. That's on him. And then he came back later for a reunion and was asking about her and found out that she had passed. But in between that time, he was asleep in one of his units, one of his shops, not at home anyway. And somewhere between, within the witching hour of the morning, it's a blue portal manifests in his shop where he's sleeping, wakes him up. He's wide awake looking at this blue ethereal portal in front of him, wondering what the heck is going on. And scared, he's an Orthodox Jew who's never had any spiritual encounters in his life. This is his very first one, or so he says anyway. So then, so he proceeds to be like whatever, but then he is guilt-stricken. He is guilt-stricken for not having said anything to my mother when he saw her. So he's, basically my mom haunted him for 3 months. She utilized the blue portal to come through the higher harmonic realms during a time in the year and a month when the veil was thin, and within the thinnest veil timing, which is the witching hour in the morning, that's when the veil is the thinnest between the dimensions, and hence why it's called the witching hour. So she utilized that to come through a blue portal, and it haunted him for 3 months. He said that he was just overwhelmed with her presence and just guilt-stricken with all this emotion he didn't know what to do about. And so until he finally went and visited a psychic medium, right? This is a man who doesn't do that kind of thing, apparently. And then the first thing that the medium says is, Donna wants to know who I am. And that's funny, and then my mom, basically, she told him, you need to take care of my daughter. Take care of my daughter, please. So then he didn't know she has 2 daughters. And of course, he had met me when I was an infant. Briefly. And my dad. So he didn't know which daughter she met, and so he just contacted both me and my sister. And my husband at the time, my 4th husband, who I'm now divorced from, is the one that contacted him, not me. He did. My husband did. He contacted him. And I don't know. And for the life of me, I can't even remember why it was him and not me. I remember getting the card, and I remember all of it, and I'm not sure why it wasn't me that contacted him, but maybe I was just, because I was still dealing with a lot of stuff with my mother, the grief of my mother, and I didn't know what he wanted. I'd seen the fact that I can't remember means that I was in a lot of I was very grief-stricken when my mother died. I was trying to figure out how to deal with that and take care of my dad. Of course, I don't think Douglas got a hold of me, to be honest with you, until around the time that my dad was in the hospital, just before he passed away. I think it didn't take him that long. But anyways, it's not unreasonable for me to think that this man has some awareness of the HLA-B27 gene. So I'm trying to talk about it, and he's denying any knowledge of it. He tells me he doesn't know what it is, which, okay, that's fine. I have no reason to argue with him and not believe him, because it's not something that everybody freaking knows about. So I carry on and move on. And this is in January, February, March-ish, when I first got here, okay? And then over the weekend, I was talking to him about the gene again, mentioning it again, and he just looks at me like with a blank look on my stare, like he doesn't know what I'm talking about, or it pretends to. And the thing is I've always felt something uneasy about that. to be honest with you, I just didn't know how in tune I was until today. Until today, you guys. Okay, so what I found in his desk is a packet of, it's called an IVD packet. It's an in vitro diagnostics packet, like a prescription pad that doctors use, but it's a diagnostics. It's for use in laboratories that look at blood, okay? It's a tray for, lab chemists to look at when they're doing cultures and checking blood. There's no reason, it belongs in a medical setting. First of all, you have to be you have to have special licensing and be part of the medical community in order to order these things, first of all, to even get them. It's not just common. You can't just walk into some place and buy these things. Second of all, it's for a lab. Even the medical professionals that use these packets, these documents, have no reason to take them home. Or would they? It just doesn't, it's nonsensical, it's illogical. And I did my research before I even jumped to any conclusions, because I wanted to make sure of these things because when I found it in the desk and I saw that it said HLA B27 gene trait on it, I was floored. My fucking heart sank into my stomach. I almost threw up. It was that strong. And then I sent him a text message with a picture of it, asking him about it. Because of the context of the conversations we had and him denying any knowledge about it, this is proof that he has knowledge somewhere, and there's no reason for it to be in his desk. And it's brand new. It's pristine. Okay? It's pristine. It's brand fucking new, dude. I text him about it, and he tells me he doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I tell him, okay, whatever. And then he's supposed to be here Monday. That was Sunday. He's supposed to be here Monday, scheduled to be here Monday to do whatever he does here. Which I haven't figured that out yet. I don't care at this point. Right now, I'm just... anyways. I didn't even want to be here in the first place. But this is where I'm at. And I had to be here regardless for my life purpose and my mission. So, I came here... Once I learned that I had to be here to receive the Atom Seed, or to have the activation of the Atom Seed code within my body, I had to be here and not in Glendale. Like, I gave in to, I don't want to harm myself by not following through with what my intuition tells me. And this whole activating and stabilizing my DNA stuff is it's affecting my body. And like, I came here to the shop and I settled in and bought some things, and I was here for I was here for 3 days, and then I drove to Glendale to pick up some more of my stuff. And there's a slight altitude change, but not much. I'm closer to the coast here. I'm down by Long Beach. And Glendale is up by Burbank and Pasadena, up by the, what do they call the Vugos, whatever, the Vugos Mountains or something like that. Drawing a blank. Anyways, it's further north. Not much. It's like 30 minutes, half an hour north of here. But I went there to pick up some stuff after I was here, knowing I had to be here. It's just before the 21st, just before Father's Day. And Father's Day is when the activation of this Atom Seed happened. So I drove to Glendale to get some things, and I wasn't there an hour, and I got a bloody nose. I started bleeding out of my left side of my nose. I couldn't stay there long. My head started hurting real bad. I didn't get what I went there to get. I just did what I could because all of a sudden my body just got weak. My nose was bleeding and spontaneously, and I knew that I needed to not be there. I needed to get back down here because of the currents flowing through my body. And I couldn't ground properly up there. And it was a very informative experience for me. I learned that I'm on point with my thinking and what's going on within my biology. The Keylontic science and the concepts that I'm applying, my body is responding. I can't ignore what my body tells me. I asked him about it. He tells me he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then he says now he's not coming on Monday. He's going to be here on Tuesday, today. And we'll talk about the document then, is exactly what he said. And so I'm like, okay. And I did my broadcast yesterday. I went through my day and I struggled to stay present. And I did my best. And I did what I did. I went to bed early. I did what I had to do to not obsess on it. Okay. And I knew that all he did was find some time to come up with an excuse. So today when he gets here, he's in a weird energy when he gets here. I'm struggling earlier. That's why I didn't do my broadcast earlier, because I was struggling. I was trying to get logged into my phone because I'm trying to switch up the way I do it. See, I have a tripod. It won't hold my tablet, but I refused to sign up for Facebook on my phone. But I gave in. I gave in. Because the tripod works better. I like this angle better. I can make it work. I'm not going to keep knocking it off. And I can have my tablet for the music like I want to. And also if I want to converse with the AI for any reason, I've got that option as well. So I was struggling trying to log into Facebook because of on my new phone, and I was struggling with it, and they showed up in the middle of it, and he was in a weird energy when he came in, regardless of me and my struggling, because I wasn't even present with him. I was focused. I was trying to achieve a task, and it was not working. And I didn't give a fuck that he was here, and I was like, man, I am smarter than the two-step verification in Facebook. Yes, I am. I was successful, but I wasn't successful before they got here, which is fine because that's how the day went. And my broadcast needed to be tonight after they were gone because I wasn't in the proper grounded space energetically earlier to be able to give a proper broadcast, because the purposes of my broadcast is not for an audience. It's not even for me to talk or anything. It's just to make sure that my energetic frequency is broadcast onto the grid, the frequency net, out onto the grid, undistorted, and raw and authentic. And the only way I can do that is through a live transmission, through a live broadcast, and to also record the progression of the gestation of the atom seed, gestation and maturation of the atom seed, which is 1,314 days, and we are on day 22. And I'm also 179 days clean. That's cool today because 1 + 7 + 9 = 17, and 17 is my star marker. It's my HLAB27 marker in my code, in my personal code, which is 7, 11, 13, and 17. That's my own personal number code. I don't want to get into that right now. So I was doing that, and then when I was finally done getting it all logged in and got it all situated, and he was fussing with stuff in the refrigerator and bitching about something, and his energy was off. So I could tell already when he walked in that he was afraid of my energy. He was checking me when he came in, and I felt it. And I was focused, and I stayed focused, and I ignored him. I barely said anything to him. I acknowledged him, but then went about, when he said something, and I went about my business and told Apollo to stop barking, put him in the bedroom so that he could load whatever he was loading without having to worry about Apollo running out, and I continued to finish what I was doing. And then when I was done, I went out there on the desk at his desk where he was sitting, and I grabbed the packet, which had a note on it right below the thing where it said, "I'm very confused." And I said, "I would like to talk about this. What is this? What is it doing?" He said, "I don't know. The person that gave me this shop when I moved in here, when I got the shop, which has been years. Okay, I'm talking at least 2 decades. At least 2 fucking decades. Possibly, I think more like 3. 3 decades ago. This pack is brand fucking new, you guys. Pristine." Tells me the guy that he rented the shop from, or something, whatever the fuck, or before, gave it to him, that he had it, and gave it to him, that it was here. And he's been using it for scratch paper. And I said, oh, okay, well, I would like to, really? I said, that's really strange, because he was like, I don't give a goddamn, is what he told me when I wanted, I said, what? He said, and I don't give a goddamn where, and I said, oh, and I slammed it down on his keyboard, and I said, you don't give a goddamn? Okay, then fine, we don't give a goddamn. But this is something that's very concerning to me, and it's fucking personal. It is specifically not random and personal, but that's okay. You don't give a goddamn. So guess what? I don't give a goddamn either. And I walked off and I went in my room, grabbed my dog, and I went in my room. I don't have to be available. I live here. And I grabbed my phone. I came out and I grabbed my phone, and I was quiet. I wasn't like throwing a fit. I just am not going to engage with somebody who's not going to tell me the truth, and then tell me that when it's important to me and I want to talk about it regardless, that it's not, I don't give a goddamn. Okay, well, fuck. Guess what? I don't give a goddamn either. I don't give a goddamn what you got going on either. That's me acting in my sovereign integrity today, because you don't get to mull over, you don't get to walk on me today. No. I know you're not telling me the truth. And the thing is as soon as he told me that he did the lie, I'm going to calm down. My Gina's antenna. And guess what happened when he told me that lie, when he told me that, gave me that explanation? My whole body went hot. My whole body went boom. He lied to me. And he thought it was going to be okay. And the fact that he was dismissive about it and completely didn't even want to take the time to talk to me about why it was important to me and why I wanted to understand, why I was concerned and want to understand what it's doing in his goddamn desk, he was dismissive and wasn't willing to engage and was being just pushed me away. He lied to me. And I felt it in my body. And so I made myself unavailable to him. I didn't have to get mad. I didn't have to throw a fit. I didn't do anything but not make myself available. He was talking to me, and I just grabbed my stuff, and I went into my room, and I shut my door. I didn't even slam it, okay? Didn't slam it. I'm just not going to be available. Because I don't have to be. He's not the boss of me. And if he thinks that he can manipulate and deceive me, like, no. But just because I don't know what to do, just because I don't know what to do in this moment and in that moment, doesn't mean that I have to engage. Doesn't mean, so what I've learned is when I don't know what to do, doing nothing is absolutely okay. And I don't have to allow myself to be bullied by somebody else. I don't care. This is his shop. Yep. It's his shop and I live here for free. That is true. But that doesn't mean that I have to allow him to bully me. And I'm grateful. I am grateful. And I've had to tell him more than once. Because he's like, you should be grateful. He's throwing that to me on my face all the time. And I finally looked at him one day. I said, I am fucking grateful. But I'm not grateful to be gaslit. I'm not grateful to be manipulated. Nor should I have to be. Nor should I be. You wouldn't be grateful to be fucking goddamn gaslit and manipulated. So don't expect me to. Because something that I have learned in my life that if I am not willing to, I cannot ask nor have the expectation of somebody else to. Period. So I cleaned my room. I spent time with my dog. And you know what I did? I put my speaker on. I made it where it was audible, but not too loud. And I played my Keylontic Science and my videos that spoke about the truth that he denies knowing. See, my card readings have been revealing things to me about him. And then I had to make a discovery about him on my birthday one day that I'm not going to disclose. That told me a lot. And learning how to navigate through this has been my path right now. This has been part of my DNA stabilization, and I recognize that. His place in my life right now is on purpose. He has a role to play in my activation and my life mission, my life purpose in this moment, in this time frame. And I know this. I know that his place in my life is on purpose. So today I just kept to myself, and then they had their friend visiting, and oh no. After I went in there, and he sat there for a minute, and he tried to call me over. It's a good thing he doesn't yell at me, but here's the thing. You want my attention, you can get up and come talk to me if I'm doing something. Don't call me from the other room unless it's an emergency or something, or you're trying to show me, just if it's just something. Like, I get up and get people. I don't yell from across the house or from the other room. Who does that? My dad did it to me my whole life. I don't respond to it. And I'm not going to. I don't have to. And so I ignored it. I got my things and I shut my door. And the next thing I know, I got a knock on the door. And I open it and I'm like, hi. And it's his wife, Madeline. So why are you ignoring? And I'm like, because I'm not available right now. I'm not available for Douglas right now. I've got my own thing to do. And I shut the door. And then a few minutes went by. I don't know how many. I don't care. I was folding clothes. I found something to do that would occupy myself with in my room. That, I found something that needed to get done. And I did it. And he knocked on the door and he goes, well, I got there's things happening on the agenda that you are a part of, and I would like to sit down and talk to you about them. And I said, no, I'm not emotionally available today to talk about anything. I'm sorry. And I shut the door. And then I turned on my couple of my card readings, but mostly it was listening to a webinar about DNA activation and kinetic science. And I did it on purpose. I could have put my headphones on. I chose not to. I felt like I needed to broadcast what I know and what I'm learning, because I get the feeling that he is aware of it and is just not telling me the truth. So I spent the day taking care of me. And then a friend came over, and she had a friend whose birthday it is, and so we sang happy birthday on the phone, and I went back to my business. But the thing is I interacted, I was polite. I just wasn't available, I just wasn't available. And this is me walking out what I'm learning through the kinetic science and activating and stabilizing my DNA, and just operating in emotional intelligence, really. It's really just having emotional intelligence. But today, I struggled. Not with emotional intelligence, but I struggled with my thinking. I struggled with believing in myself. I struggled with questioning everything that I have based my reality upon at the moment. I began doubting. I had a lot of self-doubt today. Even though I knew what I felt and I knew what happened within my body, I found myself in doubting who I am and what I'm doing. And then Source showed up in a big way through a random reading, because I didn't catch it before one ended and one started, and I let it play because sometimes spirit has a message where I'm not paying attention, and so I let it. And I'm glad I did, because my higher self really spoke to me directly through it in a way that was loud and clear, and that I needed. I needed that confirmation from Source to be able to ground properly and come on here. What is that in the background? I'm trying to figure out what that big blinding light is behind my head. Maybe I can lower this. Would that be better? There we go. Okay. Maybe. And the thing is I'm not wrong. My body told me. It spiked adrenaline. It just instantly spiked adrenaline, and my heart raced when he denied knowing what it was, and then completely just was dismissing even trying to talk about it, which just made it even more, to me, that just iterated even more that he's not telling me the truth. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. I struggled today emotionally, but not necessarily because of that, but because all of a sudden I was struck with doubting myself, wondering if I'm crazy. Questioning my reality. Searching for answers. Understanding. I just want to understand. I just want to understand the truth and not feel lied to and deceived and be manipulated and gaslit and made to feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a new moon in Cancer. Cancer is my moon sign, as a matter of fact, in both systems, both Vedic and tropical, Western and Vedic astrology. I have Cancer as my moon sign. So this new moon is significant for me personally, for my own chart. Energetically, it's a reset. I know that. Today didn't feel very good. I know that. But I exercised and was able to walk out emotional intelligence and acknowledge and at least be present with what I was feeling and why. And I didn't act out, and I didn't allow myself to be manipulated, and I set a boundary, and then I stuck to it. And I sit here now proud of myself and seeing the day for what it is, an accomplishment. The reset, the new moon accomplished something, I don't know what, but a truth has been revealed, even if I didn't get it directly. Truth has been revealed. I know and have tangible proof now that what I feel isn't crazy, that I know that he's gaslighting me, and has been. I just don't know why. And for what purpose? It doesn't make sense to me. Except for the only thing I can think of is it has something to do with my life purpose and my mission as the 13th pillar, and him having some kind of knowledge or awareness of it. But that's weird, isn't it? Wouldn't that be? Then again, you gotta consider he owns the shop here in Torrance where I had to be at on June 21st, 2026 in order to fulfill the prophecy as the 13th pillar and begin to have that Adam seed activated and begin the gestation and maturation. That was scheduled on June 21st, and now we're on day 22 of. And it's 1,314 day gestation and maturation of the Christic river consciousness, the Christic blueprint of the Christos consciousness. The 12-strand DNA activation that every human carries has the God spark and potential to be and to do. Through Kelonic science, the Cloister Dura Tura plate records is what I'm talking about. Cloister Dura Tura plate records and the prophecy that they contain. And they're holographic discs that talk about the origins of our soul and time matrix, as well as, well, it's Kelonic science. It's the science of spirituality. Science and spirituality are one and the same. How can they not be? So today, self-care, we have boundaries. And to me, I feel like this is just confirmation for me. Today, from personally. And we've got set boundaries, protect your precious time and energy. Set boundaries, protect your precious time and energy. And I did that successfully today. I feel like this is an atta girl for my oversoul this morning, today. What a beautiful card, yeah? It's really pretty. And that's anchored in magnificence. Boundaries that are anchored in magnificence. And I did that today. Proud of myself. I did good today. I really did. It's okay to struggle. We're gonna struggle. It's how we struggle that matters. It's how we struggle. It's how we operate through the struggle that matters. And that starts with our perception. And I heard today from somebody that said anxiety and excitement feels the same in the body. Anxiety and excitement feels the same in the body. That tightness in the chest, the heart beating fast, palpitations, and the, sometimes the inability to speak, the sweaty palms, the adrenaline spike. Anxiety and excitement feel the same in the body. It's just our thinking that shifts the energy of it from being a negative experience or a positive one. If we tell ourselves that it's exciting instead of anxious, our brain will agree. We'll go and will not resist whatever's happening. It's been a long time since I've had an adrenaline and internal spike in my body like that. And last time I did it was with him too, but it was a different situation, and it was a while ago. And I've managed to, and I stabilized 2 more DNA strands since then. honestly. And so I've been more contained. Even he made a comment about how he's noticed that my energy is significantly changed. And he's noticed that I respond very differently than I did when I first got here to him. And he looks at me I catch him watching me out the side of his eyes. He also says things out of the side of his mouth, and then when I ask him what he said, he'll deny or say he said something else when I know I clearly heard him say what he said. And it wasn't a positive thing. But he's trying to get a reaction out of me. He's poking. He's being a bully. And I'm not responding anymore. And I'm calling him out when he does it because it doesn't, I expect it now. I'm not surprised when he does it anymore because he's proven himself to be that person. Unfortunately. He's just immature. He has a lot of knowledge, but not application of it. Or what I can tell, anyway. But there's two sides to him. And there's more to him than what he reveals. And that was shown to me today. That was shown to me today. My suspicions were confirmed. My suspicions were confirmed today. The feelings that I had and the questions that I've been wondering about regarding him were confirmed beyond the shadow of a doubt today for me. Regardless of him lying. He doesn't have to tell me the truth to know, for me to know that he was lying. I don't even have to know the truth, is what I meant to say, to know that he was lying. Simply by the way my body felt and the way he pushed and dismissed the idea of even talking about it with me. Because he knew he couldn't stay in the conversation and keep up the facade, which is part of it. He was so closed off today that told me everything I needed to know. And then when he lied to me directly, my body spiked with adrenaline. And I was grounded when he was here. I was struggling with fucking electronics, technology, but I wasn't in frustration because I've learned that if I get frustrated when I'm dealing with technology, it only gets worse. So I don't get frustrated when I'm trying to fix things on technology because I know that my energy will fuck it up more if I let myself go there. So I don't. And if I start to, I stop. I just put it down because there's no point. I'm not going to make it. Everything's going to just die on me. Everything just goes kaput. If I get too frustrated, nothing wants to work. It's lame. And I know that it's me. It's my energy. That's how I learned how to... That's when I really started seeing that my energy really affects everything. Because, I'm watching it affect my electronics. Massively. That's what I've gone through the last 2 months. That's how I've been discovering myself. Just seeing what my energy... I've been isolated to know that it's my energy. And only can be my energy. I'm not interacting with anybody else very often during this process, so I can't, it has to be me. It's my internal state. Observe without absorbing. Observe without absorbing. This is more confirmation from Spirit today, that letting me know that I do good. But it's a message I get to share with others as part of this journey, for me to show you and share in my authenticity, my struggles, because I'm not perfect. And I finally feel like I have a message and some truth that I want to share that should be heard, that others need to hear because it's important and our time is short. That everybody's so hung up on appearances and what people think about them. not worried about what you think about me. I just want you to hear the truth of what I say. I really don't care about your opinion of me, about me personally. Just hear the truth as I speak it, that's all. Be open-minded. And remember that if you're judging me, you're judging yourself. You have no reason to judge me. I'm trying to share love and light, genuinely and authentically. And if you want to judge me for that, then go ahead. It says more about you than it does me anyway. And all I can say is, I hope you learn. I hope that you see better. I hope that you know that you can be better. Love is the answer. I cannot be tamed, only mildly redirected. That is true. So this is a slightly unhinged affirmation deck. Because Spirit's got jokes. And I like jokes. Life is fun. Life is funny. We need to not take ourselves so damn seriously. For real. Live from our heart space. What lights you up inside? What makes your whole body happy? What makes your whole body light up? And say, yes, yes, more of that. Do more of that. On purpose. Do it on purpose. Make a point to. Encourage others to do it with you. I have survived every bad day so far, so my track record is solid. Boundaries. Boundaries, right? Anchored in magnificence. I will look for that later. I accidentally dumped this crystal that was on there in my dog's toy basket next to my desk. Oops. I feel like Source may have a message. Well, Source has always got a message. That's silly. What I meant to say is Source would like to speak through the Tarot of Light. Tarot of Light. Palo Santo. It clears and protects. Feels good to be in a still, quiet space now. Feeling grounded and not bombarded. I'm still proud of myself. Whoa. I don't know what just happened there, but that was not gonna work, spirit. Come on. So what would you like what is it that you want me and the collective watching to know today, Tuesday, July 14th, 2026, with the new moon in Cancer. Cancer new moon today. What would you like to say? 13. The release. Metamorphosis. Look at that card. Probably, should I do that? The release. Metamorphosis. Number 13. 13 in the Chaldean numerological system is the regeneration of the skeleton. It also represents, which is basically the 13th pillar. The Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer, the fire snake, the Kundalini, that's what the 13th pillar is. It's the serpent of awakening. There's a lot happening in this card. You see the horns of Capricorn, the devil horns, the goat. There's metamorphosis, the phoenix. There's a lot of blue, a lot of yellow. See the divine within the vessel, the avatar, the snake coming from the hand, the third eye on fire. There's a goat. There's the goat antlers, and then the Capricorn or the devil horns, right? 13, the release. Sun's starting to go down. I might have to turn on the shop lights. I'm going to do that real quick. I'm really not a big fan of the fluorescent lights, so I don't care to have them on during the day, especially even if it is dark in here. That's better. Oh, look, you can almost... Oh, you can see my... Oh, I like that. Let me know if you like that angle. To be able to see the desk, the table. So we've got 13, the release. Metamorphosis. We've got the Ace of Heart, love, and the Eight of Trees, skill. Thank you, Spirit. So we got 4 cards. We got 13, the release, metamorphosis, Ace of Hearts, love, Eight of Trees, skill, and 1, the magician. 1, the magician, impulse. I love this card. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Hearts, joy. So, the foundation of this reading is joy. 3 of Hearts. Joy is what's pushing the energy through this reading. And through joy, we see that through metamorphosis, we have released the past. We have let go. We have completed a metamorphosis, whether it be the metamorphosis of the butterfly or the rising of the phoenix, which is scorpion, eagle, phoenix. Dark night of the soul also qualifies as rising of the phoenix. You know what I mean? Whatever concept that you want to associate your journey to is fine. It still applies. So we've got. Okay. I was wondering where you went, but we just got started. You didn't miss much. You might want to review, because I did the self-care cards already, Janae. I'll just give you I'll just pull them up quick just for you, because I love you. So we had boundaries. Set boundaries, protect your precious time and energy. Anchored in magnificence today. And this went right on, coincided right along with what kind of day I've had. This was an added girl. This was my oversoul saying good job, telling me good job today. Observe without absorbing, which I was successful at today. And I have survived every bad day so far, so my track record is solid. Okay. So I don't know how much you missed. You might want to review. I updated about what happened and what's going on with that. And I don't want to rehash it because I've worked through it. So if you don't mind, and let me know if you like this angle a little better. I got my phone on there, so that's what I started with. So, and the tripod, and I won't be knocking it over. Yay! I did some work today to try to get this together. So the reading today, I'm using the Tree of Light, the Tarot of Light, I meant to say, but there's a big tree, so I mean, Freudians, whatever. The Tarot of Light is what I'm using today, and there's no reverses in this deck, no reversals. And this is actually the very first tarot deck that Spirit allowed me to interact with, because I had to, you have this deck? Is that what that is? I got that? You have this deck? That's cool. Yay! Well, that's cool. I really like that. So I did the 4-card reading, the past, present, future, with the creative heart, with the source. And the bottom of the deck is joy. So joy, the 3 of Hearts, joy, is the energy that is... Okay. Okay, I'll try to do it better. Right now, this is just a work in progress. So what's anchoring this, the energy that's pushing this reading today and the connection is joy, the 3 of Hearts and joy. So through joy, the past we have released. Through metamorphosis, our past has been, keep forgetting. The release. Through metamorphosis, our past has been released. It's no longer applicable. That door shut and it's locked, right? And 13 is the number of the 13th pillar. It's in the Chaldean numerological system, 13 represents the regeneration of the skeleton, which is basically what the 13th pillar is. It's the rebirth. It's the regeneration of the 12th strand DNA, which is, the bandwidth, our nervous system, the bandwidth of our nervous system within our spine. Okay. So for now, what we need to know now is the Ace of Hearts and love. We need to be anchored in love. We've released the past through metamorphosis. Okay? So we need to anchor our metamorphosis and our now within love. See how this heart, a star, which is, to me, represents the God spark, right? You see how its roots are down in this, it's got its roots growing, and then it's got the angel wings, right? It's being expressed. And look at the greens and the divine, the passion, the fire. What lights you up inside? What lights you up inside? That's what you should be focusing on today. The Ace of Hearts. What is inside your D4 heart center? What lights you up inside? Right? That's what your focus should be on now. What lights you up? Where is your heart center at? Are you activated in your D4? It's so easy to activate in D4 because all you got to do is operate from your heart space and choose love over fear. It is so easy to get out of the third dimensional thinking if we just apply that concept. And then for the future, what we need to know, it becomes a skill. We've got the 8 of Trees here with a skill. Look at all the green in this card and the swirl within the water. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, trees are sacred, you guys. And the tree of life, I mean, everything, trees are our friend. They are our stability. They are our structure. They're the scalar. I mean, we couldn't survive on this planet without trees. Because they want the oxygen that we exhale, and they exhale the oxygen that we inhale, right? We have a symbiotic relationship with the trees on this planet. And we couldn't have it any other way. We support each other. And the trees of the planet are, basically they are of the earth. They are Mother Earth. They're the ones that the roots are centered into it and go down into it. The trees are where they can reach the heart center of Gaia, of Mother Earth. And then we have the magician as the overall creative force speaking. So not only have we released through metamorphosis, and we anchor our nows in love, and we choose now, and we be present in love, we'll gain skills for metamorphosis, or for growth, I meant to say, for our future. Be anchored in truth, rooted. And we get revelation through the water. Being the magician is how you alchemize. The creative force of this metamorphosis, of this release, came through you alchemizing your own energy through love. You guys, the magician. So number one, in the Chaldean numerological system, one is the sun. It's the projection of the sun. It's divine consciousness. It's the intelligence of the divine consciousness. In this day and age, it represents, for me personally, the diamond sun, which is the Adam seed specifically. Because see, in the Chaldean system, 15 is the number of the magician. Whereas in Tarot, 15 is the number of death. See, it's different here. I mean, this is death, right? Oh no, I got that backwards. 13, no, it's the devil. 15 is the devil, excuse me. Not death. Death is 13, devil is 15. But in the Chaldean, or the Tarot de Marseille, which coincides with Keylonic science and Chaldean numerology, which is what is the cloister, which coincides with Keylonic science and the Cloister de Rotura plate records. 15 is the devil. Or no, it's the magician, whereas Tarot is the devil. So, and in the Chaldean system, there is no zero. There's no zero, so there's no fool. And it starts with one. I'm not real sure. It starts with one, the sun, but I don't know. I haven't seen the Marseille deck, so I don't know how that works. I just know of it, and I just know that it's different. Because I work with the Chaldean system, and I have to remember that when I'm pulling tarot, that there's a difference. There's a discrepancy. So the magician impulse, right? It says impulse on this card, but look how pretty this card is, guys. You got the butterfly here, like the blue of the Holy Spirit, intuition, whatever you want to call it, wisdom. Holy Spirit is wisdom. That's the whole what is it in Proverbs? I can't think of the name, the noble woman or whatever it is about that. That is the chapter that speaks deliberately about wisdom and the Holy Spirit and the feminine aspect. Just kind of in a distorted way. They kind of distorted it a little bit, but that's, what that is. And I've known it for a long time. When I studied the Bible, I saw through so many of these things, and that's when I started realizing that when I started really dissecting the Bible and being a teacher of it, I started realizing how it just didn't feel. I mean, I can make it fit a narrative. We all can. But when you really look into the truth of it and you start seeing the coding in it, you can't miss it. That's good. Hug trees. I am definitely a tree hugger. So let's look at the book. Because I'm still learning the Tarot system, so be patient with me. And that's why I like this deck, because there's no reversals. It's a tarot of light. I love it. It just resonates with me so much. And I'm still learning the system, and it makes it easy for me to understand. So let's look at the Three of Hearts. Let's look at the anchor, the foundation first. So let's look at this Three of Hearts, this joy card, because it's an amazing card. See how the anchor, this is where our heart center should be. This is how we activate our heart center. You guys, what lights us up inside? What lights us up inside? Well, let's check it out. Ace of Hearts. I should put tabs in these or something, maybe. Dang it. Oh, there we go. Ace of Hearts. Love. A stream of love is flowing toward you. Open your heart to receive and create your life through love. I don't even think I need to continue with the rest of the book, right? That speaks for itself and goes right along with what I'm talking about. Oh no, this is not the right cut. We're looking at... Oh no, I'm looking at the Ace of Hearts. What happened to the... Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. I meant to look at the Joy card first. I got myself confused. Let's try that again. 3 of Hearts. But they go together. At least I wasn't too far gone. 3 of Hearts. Okay. So 3 of Hearts, the Joy card. We are looking at the Joy card. This is the anchor, the energetic anchor, the foundation of the reading. And catch your breath and celebrate the joyous, multifaceted presence of love in every aspect of your world. Catch your breath. Celebrate the joyous, multifaceted presence of love in every aspect of your world. Joy. What does joy look like to you? What makes your whole body light up and get excited like a little kid? What makes you giggle? Right? What makes you blush and giggle? What makes you feel young inside? From the body of Mother Earth, a tree grows and dances under a sheltering father sky. The celebration of joy in all its beautiful forms and manifestation. It's a celebration of joy. All aspects of the image are working in conjunction with each other to become love and bliss. The 3 hearts are seeds of loving potential that move with the growth of the tree. The more you expand, the more pleasure and love flow to you. Enjoyment can come from places we don't expect. This image opens you to all of the delightful possibilities of love. So, the 3 of Hearts invites you to lighten up and be playful. Give yourself permission to have fun. And that's what this reading is anchored in, the energy that's anchored in. I mean, this new moon, this Cancer new moon is a reset. It's an energetic reset. And it may be energetic and extravagantly significant to me personally because my moon sign is Cancer in both systems, both tropical and Vedic. I have a double moon sign. So today which is why I struggled emotionally, because I was having a clearing was happening, and while that clearing was happening, I was in the middle of an emotional battle with somebody. And I got to exercise my sovereign free will today, even though I didn't feel good. I stood in my boundaries, and I said no. That's okay. You don't have time to talk to me about what's on my heart and on my mind, about something I discovered that proves that you're aligned to me, then I don't have time for you. And I didn't get mad about it. I wasn't mad about it. I wasn't upset at all. I just knew he was lying to me because my body spiked. I had that adrenaline, and because I interacted with them while I was grounded in safe mode, you guys, and so I was in safe mode when the interaction occurred. So therefore, it's not my body being reactive through trauma. I reacted to the energy that he was putting out, and he lied to me. And I responded by setting a boundary, and I wasn't mad about it. I just stood in the presence, recognized what I felt within my body, the truth that it told me, and I acted accordingly. And I didn't let him bully me. And he doesn't know what to do with that when I set boundaries. He doesn't know what to do. Because he's slightly afraid of me, and he kind of should be. Not because I'm violent, but because I have a really, really good knack at making people feel this small when they're acting out of pocket. And I could do it quickly with my words. But the thing is, he also knows my strength because he's witnessed it, because we had an altercation that involved a car battery that I was carrying and that he couldn't carry, and it was an altercation down an elevator, some stairs, and shutting a closet door where I never put the goddamn battery down because he upset me. He triggered me, and I wasn't going to let him leave without getting me a new battery. He didn't know what to do about that, but he let me get in the car, and he took me with him to get a new battery. He didn't argue. And I wasn't angry then either. I just stood my sovereign ground and was like, no, you're not getting into your car without me. And I stood in front of his car door while he went to go open it with this car battery in my fucking arms. I mean, anybody looking out their window, out of their apartment window, and seen this scene on the frickin' side of the road would have thought that a movie was being made or something. I'm telling you, it would have been a bizarre thing to see. Leave it up to me. Leave it up to me. Yeah, well, he's learned that I'm stronger than I look, especially when I'm upset. So, Joy, what makes you light up? You have permission. You have permission. Ow! Stuck on my ear. Got stuck on my earring. Just I should pay attention. You have permission to have fun. Okay? Celebrate what makes you feel good. That's the day and age. We are being asked to, what are you paying your attention to today? The way you eject yourself from the matrix and the confinements of it is by not paying it your attention. What are you consuming during your day? Attention is the most expensive currency today that we have, not money. Attention, energetic attention is the strongest currency these days. So now let's look at this release card, this metamorphosis card for the past, which just means it really speaks for itself. But I like the definitions. And I like making sure my intuition is correct also. So release, metamorphosis. There is no need to fear the unknown. Liberation and complete freedom await your surrender to eternal love. Wow. There is no need to fear the unknown. Liberation and complete freedom await your surrender to eternal love. Metamorphosis, release. Oops, I keep forgetting I need to cover up this card, probably. Dang it. I don't know if you can really tell, but it's like one of those things, right? So release can feel like a physical or emotional death, right? So death is not the end. It never is the end. It never has been the end. Death is just a transition of energy. Energy doesn't die. It never ends. It just transforms. It transcends. Kali can release you from the fear of death and the unknown so you can be free to love life. So the release is a portent of radical change. Something has left or is leaving your life, causing you to grieve. The loss of a person, situation, or belief is part of a natural cycle. Accept and embrace an inevitable conclusion that provides a space for something new. Choose to resonate with the new vibration. Love, trust, and courage are required to overcome the shock of a sudden ending, right? One day very soon you will wake up knowing this was the beginning of a new you. So we've already done this. This is the past. This is the card that came up in the past. So we have already gone through our metamorphosis. We released something. And today, the new moon of Cancer is a reset. It's a clean slate energetically. And that's what this is representing. This is representing the clean slate of the new moon in Cancer tonight. Because the new moon is in its own home sign. The Cancer is a sign of the moon. And it's a super moon on top of that. So the energy is intense. I don't know how, and the new moon was like freaking, I don't know, some god-awful time in the morning when we were all sleeping is when the new moon was at its peak. So what did you dream about last night? How were your dreams? Were you in tune? Did you have any downloads? Did you write them down? Did you reflect on them when you woke up? My dreams were bizarre. They were odd and tense. And then I don't remember them very well when I wake up, but that's because my consciousness right now, most of my energy is going towards the gestation of the atom seed. So my gifts have been, they're being compressed. They're not being fully released. But that's what this new moon in Cancer is for me personally, because of my new moon in Cancer in both systems. It's an energetic reset for me. It's a complete clean slate energetically. I've completed my metamorphosis. I have released the past. I've done a good job. I did good. So did you. Spirit is saying you did good. And we get to anchor our new existence, this clean slate, we get to anchor it in love now, guys. Choose love over fear. That's the focus of our now. It's what we get to do now, is be in love, focus in love. So now I want to go back to that page. So the Ace of Hearts. So a stream of love is flowing towards you. Open your heart to receive and create your life through love. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? You have a choice in that. So eternal love floats in a magenta ocean of possibility. See all the magenta? God, this is a beautiful card. This is a beautiful deck. I love this deck. So breathe in orange and create love. Breathe out magenta and become love. Breathe in magenta and become love. Breathe out orange and create love. You are love. You are love. So the Ace of Hearts opens your heart to unconditional love. This card indicates a great shift in your emotional life. Your passionate night and daydreams are an indicator that something or someone new is coming. The details have not yet formed, and yet you feel a strong desire to weave the essence of love into your life. A new relationship will begin in response to your readiness and openness to love. An existing relationship, friendship, or connection may be strengthened or enter a new phase of intimacy. Who are you becoming, and who are you inviting into your life? So I guess for some of you, this could mean that there's a love interest on the horizon in the now, in the near future, in the now future, or as a result of this metamorphosis, love will find you if you're anchored in love, right? That was weird. Did you hear the knocking? But there's nobody out there. I hear somebody knocking, but you can't come in. Anyways, 8 of Trees. 8 of Trees. Skill. Because the 8 of Trees, which is skill. You have something unique to offer this world. It is time to step into the unknown and truly know yourself. So 2 trees come together to demonstrate what is possible through balanced, loving perception. These wisdom keepers have created a secret passage that only you can access. That's what this portal is in the middle. This is your divine skill. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? It is a vortex of infinite flow. Allow your strengths to come together like the trees, and a way inward will present itself. A balanced decision is needed. Sit with the tree and access your higher wisdom and talents. Grow like the tree. Straighten your backbone. And you will be surprised at what you can become. Right? What I was saying. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? So the 8 of Trees is drawing you into something new. It's a skill. Who are you becoming, you guys? A new job, study, an exercise like diet or creative, artistic undertaking will help you step into your strength. What lights you up inside, you guys? What lights you up inside? Where does your childlike joy come from? Dive into the vortex of that and develop the skill of it. Anchored in love. Otherwise, what was the point of this metamorphosis that you went through? Right? Right? The 8 of Trees is drawing you into something new. It's drawing you into something new. Okay? Put in the effort. Put in the effort. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? So, the message from your creative heart, the message that your heart would like you to know at this time is the Magician. It's the Magician. Impulse. Your energy draws knowledge and experience towards you. Choose what feels good and leave the rest on the path. Your energy draws knowledge and experience towards you. Choose what feels good and leave the rest on the path. What you are searching, what you are looking for is looking for you. Okay? The color orange symbolizes the creative process, yellow is empowerment, and purple is the color of transformation. It's also the color of royalty. So she surfaces unclothed in the innocence of birth, before the layers of judgment and belief shroud her in compromise. Yes. The goddess personifies the spark that inspires new creation. The spark within the third eye, the divine spark, the creation of the third eye, your pineal gland. So, the beginning. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong card. I'm looking at the wrong one. I apologize. Your energy draws knowledge and experience towards you. Okay, so I read that part right. Sorry, my bad. So through life filters towards you through your beliefs and faith. That makes more sense. So through life filters towards you through your beliefs and faith. The Magician wants to share that secret with you. Blue, the color of truth, blossoms with the questions of this magical goddess. Who am I? Where am I going? And what should I do? Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? This is the question that your heart is asking you. Your inner child. Who are you becoming? The Magician reveals that what we seek is seeking you. What we seek is seeking. What you are searching for is seeking you. What you search for and seek for is seeking you. The universe feels your energy and impulses and brings evidence of this to you. We sometimes call these synchronicities. fate, or destiny. However, all comes to you as a gift of choice. Are you paying attention? You are able to transform any circumstance. Your quest may take you into formal or spiritual study. You can respond with a transformative tool of love to whatever is happening to your life today. You can respond with the transformative tool of love. So the magician represents skill, right? And willpower, I bet. Not skill, willpower. It's the alchemizer. The magician transforms light or darkness into light. Now, if you don't mind, I would actually like to take a moment, because when I do tarot, I have a practice of so the major arcana I consider to be my Partika counterpart, my divine counterpart, within the alternate universe of my counterpart, the Partika universe. If you look into Keylontic science, you can look into Ashana Dean, her Amenti series. There is I posted videos on my Facebook that you can find and follow. Her Amenti series goes through the Keylontic science very well, very easily to understand. The videos are just hard to watch because they're old. And a lot of them are replays because her content keeps getting taken down, because this is knowledge that the shadow entities don't want us to know, don't want us to be aware of. It's the truth of our origins, it's the truth of who we are and how to ascend and evolve. It's called Ascension Mechanics. And through Keylontic science, the Kathara, True Tree of Life, and through the Cloister Duratura plate records and the prophecies they speak of. The Keylontic science. So the major arcana is the voice of our Partika counterpart, our divine counterpart, which is, I'll just give a brief example. So everything is made of, and energy is made up of particles. Those particles are called particae. And particae, when they are split into two in order to be in creation, to be able to create, they are split in two for polarity. We got the particum and the partica. So the particum is what resides in the third dimension, here in the first harmonic field. And so I'm going to say this is my third dimension avatar. This is my body in the third dimension. And then so this is the particum dimension. And then the partika dimension is the counterpart. So it has an avatar. So this is the third dimension particum avatar, which is me here right now. And then this up here is the avatar of the partika, my partika double, my counterpart, my divine counterpart, Partika double. And we are conjoined at the crown chakra. So this is my avatar in the third dimension, and there's an avatar of my Partika counterpart, divine double, in the higher harmonic fields above me, and we're connected at the crown chakra. More or less. But there's a lot of fields. There's 15 chakras, which means there's also 15 dimensions in creation. So I use I allow voices. The major arcana, because it is the big deal. It's the big voices. It's the big players. It's my important divine counterpart speaking to me. So I allow it to have a voice. And I allow court cards in the minor arcana to have a voice too, because they represent people. And so I use the Dreaming Way Lenormand deck as a clarifying deck, and also as a way for court cards in the major arcana to have a voice to speak, so to speak. This is just something that I practice and how I hide and how I read. So we've got 2 major arcana cards on the table. So I would like to know if they have anything to say, if they would like to say anything. So we're going to ask the release card, the death card here. Do you have anything to say to us? Release, the release card, number 13. 24, the heart. 24, the heart. The release card, the metamorphosis card, the death card is saying, release from your heart. 24. So 24 in the Chaldean system is the achievement of the manifestation of the divine will. How can that be more? I mean, that's so appropriate for the heart, right? And the dreaming wheel and Norman, the heart represents, hold on. Deep emotional resonance, love, compassion, and capacity of profound connection. That's the love card. So the release card and your metamorphosis in the past that you've gone through, that you've completed today with this new moon, Cancer new moon reset today. The release card is saying, use your heart. Right? Where does your heart lie? What's in your heart? And this is the manifestation. I mean, it's the achievement of the manifestation of the divine will. Love is the manifestation of the divine will. What's in your heart? We completed the release. We've completed our metamorphosis. Speak from your heart. Move from your heart now. Move from your heart space. What is in your heart space? Speak from your heart. Move from your heart. Activate your D4 heart chakra. I don't know how much more they can say it. Hello. I mean, I think the message is pretty goddamn clear. Excuse my language. So now I would like to know what the magician has to say, because the magician showed up as our heart speaking. So the release card is telling us to listen to our heart. Your heart is speaking. And our heart is saying, the magician, you are the alchemizer. You, through your own conscious will, you have the choice in the matter to choose unconditional love, and have the willpower to alchemize darkness into light. What would you like to say? What would you like to say, magician? This is 10. This is the scythe. This is the scythe. 10. So not only we got 10, which is the wheel of destiny in the Chaldean system. So it's the wheel of destiny. So, which breaks down to the 1 of the sun, the diamond sun. This is the beginning of a new cycle. Cutting away. What are you cutting away? What do you need to cut away in order to live from your heart center? What do you need to cut away to develop your skills that light up your life? What is in your heart? Who are you becoming? What do you need to cut away in order to achieve? So the scythe is cutting away, like I said. It's sharp suddenness, severance, decision, action, separating. And it can be a warning. But we know very clearly what is being said here, right? We know what our heart wants. Our heart is telling you, alchemize darkness into light by cutting away anything that doesn't serve you, anything that is not meant for you. Who are you becoming? Today is an important day with a reset. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? Activate your heart center. Figure out what lights you up, you guys. Joy is what makes the world truly go round, and it's what's going to change the world today. It's what's going to transform the fear-based agenda. What lights you up? What lights you up inside? What boundaries do you need to set, anchored in your magnificence? What do you need to cut away in order to become the magician that your heart wants you to be? Can you absorb without observing? Can you observe without absorbing? Who are you becoming, guys? And are you walking in love? Are you choosing love over fear? Is your day and is your life anchored in joy? Where is your foundation? Is it in joy? Is it in love? Is it? Is it in love? Is it? Are you being true to you? Are you being true to your heart? In order to fulfill this metamorphosis and be true to this metamorphosis, are you being true to your heart? And after the day that I've had, I really enjoyed this meat reading because this was confirmation for me. And I know that I did good with my struggle today. I am proud of myself. I am proud of myself because I activated and I operated from my heart center today. And I didn't allow myself to be bullied, and I didn't have to be mean about it either. I didn't have to be an asshole. I didn't have to be a bitch. I just set a boundary and said, I'm not available then. I'm not available for this today. You're going to have to do your day without me. And I went to my room, and he respected that. But this is all part of me practicing. It's me practicing my skill of who I'm becoming and who I want to be, anchored in my unconditional love for myself and others. But in order to love others, I have to love myself first. I have to be true to my heart. I have to be true to my heart. Thank you, Janae. Who are you becoming? That's the most important question you can ask yourself tonight before you go to bed. Who are you becoming? Who do you want to be tomorrow? Now, I brought my carafe. This is an aquamarine nighttime carafe that I use every day. This is my sigil. I don't know if you can see it very well. Maybe if I put the light on it. Okay, so this is my sigil. You see it? It's my own personal sigil. It's Lee Mooney, which is going to be my creative brand. It's going to be Lee Mooney. But that's my sigil. That's my brand marker. I'll be putting out stuff here as I get some stuff. I've got a couple pictures of a couple things that I've done as gifts. But I don't have enough done to be able to start sharing that. So this is a brief preview. But I etched this. I'm learning how to glass etch with a Dremel on glass, and I did this. I etched this. Look how good it came out too. I don't know, that didn't work, huh? Okay, there we go. Can you see it? Anyway, it's there. I'll show a picture. I'll try to get a better one later, but I etched this on here. So this is again, and remember, water has memory, and water is life, you guys. So This is an aquamarine carafe that I purchased. Aquamarine is my birthstone as being born in March. And hibbity, blah. That's all, folks. I'm sorry. Thank you. Aquamarine is my birthstone, being born in March. Moonstone is the stone of Pisces, which is my Western tropical sun sign. And then aquamarine is the stone of Aquarius, which is my Vedic sun sign. So I'm a Pisces Aquarius, or Aquarius Pisces, anyways. I also have a double Cancer moon, and then I'm a Sagittarius and Scorpio rising, which is what makes me Ophiuchus, the 13th zodiac sign, because Ophiuchus is in between Scorpio and Sagittarius. Points right to it on my chart. And the 13th pillar had to come out of had to be within the Aquarius sign. So I'm all the synchronicity all add up to me being who I think I am as the 13th pillar, or know I am as the 13th pillar. Let me change my talk. I speak, say what I mean what I say. There is no ambiguity to what I'm doing or who I am. And if there is, it's just because I'm in self-doubt. And I need to check it. I'm creating my reality. So I felt like Spirit wanted me to share because I've had a rough day. Emotionally, I struggled, but I did good at the same time. But see, it's okay to not be okay. And you can not be okay and still behave correctly. And you cannot be okay and still be grounded in safe mode. In fact, it's better to not be okay in safe mode, because then at least you're handling it and you're being present with what's happening, and you're not avoiding it, and you're not distracting yourself, and you're allowing what's happening to flow through you without resistance, and get to grow through it. We add to our own suffering simply by not being grounded most of the time, and through our thinking, our identification, our judgments of things being good and bad, the situations that are out of control that we judge as good or bad, that are they just are. It's how we work through them that matters. It's how we are in the moments that when life pulls the rug out from under your feet, how are you responding? So, this is malachite. This is a piece of malachite. I'm going to put it in my glass. And I'm going to pour a glass. And if you would like to join me in this ritual, I would love it. If you would like to get a glass of water. And if you have a clean crystal that you would like to infuse with your water, I suggest so. This is a good way, a simple way to structure your water. You always want to swirl it, wake up the molecules. Now, I have the sigil on the glass because it labels the glass. And if you look at Dr. Emoto's, he's a Japanese scientist who did water experiments. He proved that when you speak to water, or even just label the container the water is, if it's positive and love, like love and gratitude and peace, they form beautiful geometrical crystalline structures when you freeze the water. Beautiful. And then when you do the opposite, hate, hatred, and discord and all that, the molecules are scattered and dispersed, and the water is chaotic and ugly. So simply by our intent causes the water molecules to cooperate. And every single label, love had its own special crystal. Gratitude has its own special one. Peace, its own. So just keep that in mind. Speak to your water. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the struggles that I got to grow through. Thank you for the message and the confirmation and the spiritual attagirls and the pats on the back and the Holy Spirit hugs that I got today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the support of family and friends and my tribe, even though they're not nearby. Thank you. I'm Kelly Lee, Grace Natkin, the Draka Mother Shaman, the 13th pillar of the Cloister Duratura Plate Record Prophecies. The flame of Amarea. Dwight Gable Graves Mackin is my son, the Adam seed that I carry inside me. Thank you. Thank you. That is something that I practice every day. First thing in the morning when I wake up, and I'm trying to remember to be in the habit of doing it before I go to sleep. I have a very structured morning routine, but I haven't quite gotten any structure to a nighttime routine yet. I kind of just lay down with my dog and listen to the Y-Files or, weird stuff like that. Or I even watch Doctor Who. I like Doctor Who. And doze off. And I'm feeling like I need to do better and have a more structured nighttime. That's been coming up for me lately. So I feel like that's part of the reason why Source wanted me to bring that practice onto the broadcast, the transmission. And I understand why the transmission was later today because of everything that I went through. And I wouldn't have been able, my broadcast would have been pure and authentic, and it would have been emotionally distorted is the word I'm looking for. Had I done my broadcast, my transmission earlier, I had to work through today so that I could share it with you and be here now and say, I did good. I walked it out like a big girl. I practiced what I preached. And I stayed in safe mode, and when I got triggered, I went right back into safe mode. I practiced what I know to do. And I didn't allow myself to be triggered for long. I'm proud of myself. I did good today. And even though I know that he's lying to me, at least I know he's lying to me. I may not know why, and it may not make sense to me, but I know that I'm aware of it. I'm aware, and I can act accordingly. I'm not questioning it anymore. I'm not questioning whether or not he's deliberately manipulating and gaslighting me or not. I now know he is. And I can act accordingly. I have the expectation of now. So I get to be. I don't have to call him out. I don't have to call him a liar. I don't have to tell him I don't believe him. I don't have to do any of those things. I just get to be vigilant and discerning in how I move forward. But the thing is it's shifted because he's aware that I know, because there's no way that, granted, he may have lied to me today, but that was the evidence I found today. It's not random. And it's too specified to be random and to be a coincidence. It didn't just get left here. He's had this goddamn shop 30 fucking years, dude. That packet was pristine. And it's in his desk drawer where he's in all the time. Too specific for him to not know. And that's just where I'm at with it. But the bottom line is when I asked him directly when I was in his bubble, in safe mode, he lied to me, and I felt it in my body. My body told me, lie. And it was not a mistake. And it wasn't undisputable. It was completely indisputable. I cannot dispute the sensation that I felt in my body, nor can I argue with it. That's the gift that I have today. That's the energy that I get to operate in today because I practice filling my own cup and being and operating and engaging in the outer world and the external life within safe mode, with my firewall and my antivirus program on, so that I can behave properly and not let other people's energetic and emotional bullshit affect me and derail me and disrupt me and lower my vibration. Who are you becoming? are you becoming? What makes you light up inside? Are you living from your heart space? And what do you need to cut away in order to do so if you're not? I just got a hug from Holy Spirit. I love it. I'm hugging you. Hugs. I did good today, even though I struggled, and I'm glad I get to come here and share it with you. I know who I'm becoming. I know who I am becoming, and I am definitely living from my heart space. I am definitely living from my heart space. And I'm exercising in love. I'm operating in love. And I'm searching for what lights me up, so I can develop my skills and be true to myself. I've cut out anything, I know. And it's not easy. But what do you need to cut out in order to live from your heart? You're the magician of your life. You are the magician of your life. You are who you have been looking for. You never needed a savior. Colonic science is the science of spirituality. Science and spirituality are one and the same. One and the same. Colonic science, the Kathara true tree of life. Do the research. Find out who you are. Learn Keylontic science and evolve. It's called Ascension Mechanics. Ascension Mechanics, you guys. And we are all capable. Light up the God spark inside yourself. You are who you've been looking for. What is in your heart center? Are you living from your heart? What lights you up inside? Develop that skill. The release is over. The metamorphosis, you're on the other side of it. Today was a clean slate. The Cancer or new moon was a clean slate. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to live from your heart? Are you going to activate love? Be in love? So you can develop the skills that make your heart light up, make your whole body light up, make your light shine inside, in your D4 center. Are you going to be the magician of your life and transform and alchemize darkness into light? What do you need to cut away to do that? Food for thought, you guys. Now, Spirit would like me to pull one more card. We're going to work with just the Crystal Wisdom deck. Let's see what crystal would be appropriate to put by your bed tonight to help filter your dreams. Oh, I cut it on the bloodstone. I think that's bloodstone. Oh, that's sardonyx. Sardonyx is, it looks very similar to bloodstone. So sardonyx is strength, protection, and courage. That's what I cut it on. So let's see. What crystal should we meditate upon tonight before we go to bed? What crystal will help us transform and be in love and learn what needs to be cut out of our life? What crystal will show us the pathway to joy? Amazonite. Self-care, boundaries, and communication. How more perfect is that? So this is the water element, and it's the throat chakra. Are you living from your heart space? Are you transforming darkness into light? Are you setting your boundaries? Are your boundaries anchored in your magnificence, which is your heart space? So you use this when practicing daily affirmations or self-care rituals and while trying to break bad habits. What are you cutting away? Hello. Holla. Oh, that just made me happy. I feel like I'm on point. I feel like I'm in alignment. And I'm actually channeling true. This makes me feel good right now. It makes me feel like I actually do know what I'm doing. It makes me feel like I do actually know what I'm talking about. So where to put it? You put it in a space you feel is just your space, only your space. Could be your bedroom, vanity table, or even a work desk, or your pocket. You know what I mean? Or your bra. I put crystals in my bra a lot. I put them in a pouch though. And keep them in my bra, close to my heart. Taking care of myself is not selfish. It's a necessity. Amazonite. Meditate on the image of it tonight before you go to bed. Amazonite invites you to step into your feminine side, urging you to break free from self-neglect and prioritize your well-being above anything else. This gemstone holds a unique ability to soothe anxiety, quiet toxic thoughts, and help heal past traumas. That's sweet. I don't have one of these. I've got lots of them. This is one I don't have, but that's why I got the deck, because at least I know what they look like to meditate upon. And you get the energy signature from meditating upon them. It's better if you have them physically, but you don't need them necessarily. You can meditate upon this energy signatures just by knowing what they look like and and have the mantras. Taking care of myself is not selfish, it's a necessity. So meditate on with that tonight. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? Make sure you're setting boundaries that are anchored in magnificence from your heart space. Fill your own cup first. Make sure you're in safe mode. So today is day 22 of the gestation of the Atom seed that I carry. And I am also 179 days clean and sober. And I'm going to end this transmission here. It's been a good day. Not really. It's been a struggling day, but it's ending good. This day could have been worse, but because I acted and walked in my own sovereign integrity and set my personal boundaries in love, I made it through. And I get to share it with you. And I even got an atta girl and a hug from Holy Spirit for doing so, from Source for doing so. So I appreciate you, Janae, especially because you're here. I love you. I love you so much, and I appreciate you. I have so much gratitude for you right now. Give those grandbabies kisses for me. Teach them how to breathe, meditate with them, and I love you. And I will be here tomorrow. Love, light, love and light. Have a good night.